Good morning. A bit of a different intro for this one. So, OnePlus reached out and they were like, hey Daniel, we are launching the new OnePlus Watch 3, our flagship smartwatch, with a 5-day battery life. And we want to sponsor a full day of you testing it.
Now that sounds unheard of for a WearOS device, so I thought, why not try pushing this to its limits with running, cycling, tennis, and even skiing, all in one day to see if I can kill it. And I gotta say, I'm already very impressed. After a full night of sleep tracking, it's only lost 5% battery life.
So now let's see what a OnePlus Watch 3 can really do. But first, we gotta talk about essentials. After all, the OnePlus Watch 3 is a smartwatch at its core and a very good one at it.
It runs on the latest version of WearOS, so you get full access to your favorite apps, your notifications will always be there on your wrist, and you can even do things such as control your smartphone's camera remotely, as well as make payments thanks to its built-in NFC. However, what makes it so unique is that it's got a titanium bezel and a sapphire crystal screen, so it is incredibly durable, whilst also coming in two stunning colors, Obsidian Black, my favorite, and this stunning emerald green as well, both with color-matched watch faces, and also a ton more super high-quality ones to choose from, all of which can then be further customized. Although, I gotta admit, I'm a pretty big fan of the default metric matrix face. It's also got a rotating crown, which is super rare to see, and this makes navigation so much easier, as your finger isn't blocking the screen all the time.
Plus, the cherry on top, it's got a massive 631 mAh battery using the same silicon carbon tech that's inside the OnePlus 13, plus dual chips as well. That's how we can get 5 days of battery life in normal mode or 16 days in low power mode. But okay, now it's time to really put a OnePlus Watch 3 through its paces. We'll be trying 4 different sports out, starting off with running. So, let's go.
Starting a workout is incredibly easy. You just open up the workout app, I have a shortcut on my watch face here, and the Watch 3 will then acquire your GPS location and give you vibration, letting you know that you are good to go. I decided to go for a quick 20-minute run throughout the Trafford area here in Manchester, and I immediately noticed how much data the OnePlus Watch 3 was recording and showing me in real time. It showed me not just the distance, duration, and active calories burned, but also my heart rate zone in real time with this arrow around the bezel here. On top of this, it was also showing me my fat burning efficiency, which was extremely detailed, as it even showed me how much actual fat I was burning, as well as sugars. It was essentially coaching me in real time. For example, when I was pushing myself a bit too hard, it would tell me to ease it up. And when my effort level was optimal, I could easily see this via this green arrow right here. So you definitely get a very comprehensive view, which of course you can also navigate using that rotating crown. And while the weather was definitely not the best, major props to OnePlus for the Watch 3's display, which was super bright and readable. And usually I do find silicone straps to be quite irritable, but this was not the case here. This strap was very soft and comfortable. So after 20 minutes of running, I knew I needed to test this even more.
Okay, now it's time to turn it up a notch. Time for some cycling.
For this, we drove to Kershal Wetlands, got my helmet on and my action camera ready, and started the outdoor cycle workout on my OnePlus Watch 3. I decided to cycle for around 20 minutes, matching the duration of my run. And I gotta say, the scenery here was absolutely stunning and really just perfect for cycling. Now, what I really liked about OnePlus Watch 3 here was that the data it was showing me was perfectly tailored for cycling. As aside from the distance and duration, it was also showing me the speed as well as coaching me to be in the correct heart rate zone. So it was super easy to look at this during my cycling run and push myself harder if I noticed that I wasn't in the green zone. And if you want to see even more data on top of measuring your heart rate, the amount of oxygen in your blood, your wrist temperature and mental state, it can also take your ECG and even measure your vascular health and show you your atrial stiffness, something that I've never seen on any other smartwatch before. So the OnePlus Watch 3 is a true health tracking powerhouse. But alright, my cycling run was now coming to an end, and it was time to move on to the next test.
Okay, and now it's time for tennis.
I gotta be honest, I haven't played tennis since I was 8, so I was definitely a bit rusty. The good news is that the OnePlus Watch 3 has over 100 different workouts built in, and tennis was also one of them. So we started playing tennis for about 20 to 30 minutes, while the OnePlus Watch 3 was tracking all of my movements. Now, I did make a mistake here. You're supposed to obviously wear it on the same wrist as your striking hand, which I did not do. However, it was still able to track my movements and give me the exact data that I was looking for, such as the number of shots and serves, as well as my swing speed and serve type. And same as in the cycling and running workouts, the OnePlus Watch 3 was coaching me along the way, telling me when I should put in more effort and when I should slow down. This was a lot of fun, although our 30-minute tennis session has now come to an end.
And now it's time for the ultimate test, which is skiing.
Chill Factor E in Manchester has an indoor slope, and yeah, I had a pretty good time, but I'll be honest, I'm no professional skier by any means. Oh. In fact, I haven't skied since I was very young, until last week when I had a lesson just to get up to speed. But yeah, all in all, I'm still at a beginner level. But I did want to give the OnePlus Watch 3 a go and also see how well it would be able to track me skiing. So I went down the main slope a few times and truly had a lot of fun doing it, while my OnePlus Watch 3 was tracking all of the important data in real time. And at the end of our skiing adventure, which lasted close to an hour, it showed me my runs, my downhill distance, my top speed, and once again we can see my heart rate zone ring here, based on which I can tell that I definitely still had a lot of effort left to put in. And by the way, if you open up the O Health app on your phone, you can actually see all of this data in even greater detail, like the individual runs for my skiing, or in the case of cycling or running, I can even get a 3D preview of my path that I can then follow. Pretty cool.
And we are now back. Literally 13 hours since the day started. And surprisingly, after this very intensive day, the OnePlus Watch 3 is still at 76% battery life. That's very impressive.
Also keep in mind that I started the day at 95%, so we only lost 19% after this very intensive day, which is truly remarkable, especially since I did have the always-on display enabled and I was not using power saving mode at all. And the craziest part, not only does it last super long, but it also charges really fast. And the charging puck has a detachable USB-C cable, so you can use this with any charger. And guess what? The OnePlus Watch 3 costs only £319 or $329, which I think is just insane considering that you get a top-of-the-line WearOS experience with a titanium body, sapphire crystal display, rotating crown, and an up to a 16-day battery life. So what do you guys think? And if you want to pick one up, the sales are opening on the 25th of February, and you'll be able to order one directly via oneplus.com, which is also linked in the description box down below. But yeah, I hope you guys have enjoyed this pretty different and fun video. I'm Daniel, this is ZONEofTECH, and I'll see you guys in the next one. ZONEofTECH, signing out. Cheers.